For an entire summer, this was the manga for me. Book after book. I bought 3 of them at a time, just so I didn't have to wait to read the next. This incredible manga from the creators of Death Note have created yet another masterpiece of storytelling and art. This is a story of persistence, triumph, and that if you just apply yourself, you can do it. Bakuman is about 2 high school kids who want to make it as mangaka, which is a risky job unless you create something like a Dragon Ball or a Death Note. You're in for a pretty hard life. It starts off with a little backstory that Moritaka Mashiro's uncle was a manga creator who, growing up, he idolized as a kid, but unfortunately later died fairly young due to the stress of manga creation and the business that it was in. That was enough to deter Mashiro from that life. But one day, a classmate, Akido Takagi, who knows of Mashiro's skills and does not want them to go to waste, begs and convinces Mashiro to team up with him to make manga for Shonen Jump. But Mashiro is not doing it for the manga or Takagi. He is doing it for the love of one girl. To put simply, this manga is very well written and a compelling read. The main cast is well realised and down to earth. Everything in this manga is believable. This story, I believe, is a true depiction of how hard it is to be a mangaka, and it really deserves credit for that alone. It feels like a true story from the creators themselves on how hard it is in that business. As you would expect from the creator of Death Note, the manga drawing is second to none, with the incredible attention to detail not only to the manga on the page, but the manga inside the manga, and the die-hard love for the medium that shines through. What's really incredible is the manga they've created inside the manga itself. Throughout this series, there's a cast of characters creating manga, each to their own style, each with their own plot, and it feels like you're reading 5 stories at once inside of a story. It was noted that even the creators found themselves getting maybe a little too invested in the story, inside the story. The supporting characters such as Kaya Mayoshi, the crazy strong boyish girl, is a nice relief from the serious side of the story and is very important to the plot not being bogged down in serious heavy tones. And what is greatly appreciated is that very little to almost no fan service is used to do so, which again is a credit to the team. The character Miho Azuki, who plays the role of Mashiro's crush, becomes the focus point of Mashiro and the driving force for the plot. Even though she does not have much of a lasting impression, her relevance to the story is very strong, without being in the spotlight for too long. As with all Shonen Jump, this wouldn't be a manga without a bad guy. But in this story, he's not really the bad guy in the typical sense. He doesn't murder people, intentionally inflict pain or suffering, or even play mind games with the characters. He is just the only mangaka that can defeat the dynamic duo at creating manga, which for the Rising Stars is a huge roadblock, especially for Mashiro to fulfill his promise to Miho. There are many more characters in this show with their own depth, backstory, and lives that you also get attached to, such as the entire Shonen Jump team, notably Hattori, whose help for the duo is passionate, but knows the risk that having that much success early on in life can lead to downfall. This series is inspiring, an awesome story of human will, and that with hard work, persistence, and a goal, you can do anything. Spanning over just 20 volumes, this manga is one that you should have in your collection. A fairly quick read, and an amazing story that will last forever. We guarantee you will not be the same person after reading it.